Hello again, everybody. It's Chrissy Hannes once again coming to you live in the Global Inspiration Stamp Team for day number 10 of our 12 days of holidays. That's a mouthful. But we decided to not just make this Christmas themed. There's been fall projects, I don't know if Halloween was shown or not. I'm still behind on a couple of videos. I'm pulling myself up, making sure I'm in the camera. So these are the two gift bags that we're going to make using the beautiful designer series paper. So you have a little one, and this little one, oops, just so you know, will fit a gift card. And there's room to put tissue paper in there. You could put a 3x3 card with it, candy, but a gift card, this is the size of a gift card, and it will fit inside, okay? So those are what we're gonna make, but I wanted to show you guys the beautiful DSP, not in the catalog. So we've got 6 different sheets, and you get 2 of each in the set. So you got these pretty bouquets of flowers, and on the other side, red stripes, which you can never go wrong with. That would not have to be Christmas. I think that's Poppy Parade. Then here's those cute deer that I showed you on a card earlier. Hello again, Vicki. These you can cut out individual to place on the cards like I did. And then on the back side of this is some beautiful snowflakes in pecan pie. Then you have this beautiful ribbon with holly and berries. And on the back side, some trees in different greens. You've got this beautiful candy cane border page with snowflakes in the middle. I think this would make a wonderful scrapbook page. But on the other side, you have the stockings and the ribbons, and this stocking and ribbon can be cut out with the dies that come in the stamp and die bundle. And then you have this vintage decorated Christmas trees and presents on one side with some stripes on the other. Again, this totally doesn't have to be Christmas. And again, this page would also make a beautiful scrapbook page. I showed you a card using this, and then on the back of that one is like the old candle decoration centerpieces. This reminds me of my grandma. So does this one. This one reminds me of my grandma too. Okay, so there's the DSP. So we're gonna start by making the small 6x6 gift bag. So to do that, you need 2 pieces of designer series paper that measure 6x6, okay? Now, you can do this scoring on your cutter, but I find if you have the scoreboard that it makes a difference. Now, if your paper is directional, you want to pay attention to that. Your first score line is going to be the piece that folds over to make the border. So because my paper is directional, I want my bag to sit like this. So I'm going to put it this way in the scoreboard first. And I'm going to grab my scoring tool. Now, there is a scoring tool that comes with the scoreboard. However, mine's missing. I don't know where it is. So, but even that one comes with 2 tips. It comes with a skinny tip and a broad tip. You want to use the broad tip when you're doing your DSP, and you don't want to score heavy-handed because you will rip through it, okay? So on this side, we are going to score at 1 inch. Then I'm just going to rotate my paper 3 more times and score it at 1.5 inches. Okay, and I'm gonna do this to both pieces of paper. So there's one. So again, paying attention to how I want my bag to sit, I'm gonna score it 1 inch, turn it, and go 1.5 on the other 3 sides. Now you can play with the measurements, whether you want your box skinnier, wider. There's no right or wrong measurements. I just figured these ones worked well. So I'll move this out of the way for now. And then we want to, this top piece, the skinnier border, is going to fold opposite of everything else. And you want to give everything a good burnish, good crease. So now these ones are all going to fold this way, opposite of the edge of the bag. Now you could skip that altogether if you don't want an edge. It's completely up to you. You could go smaller. You could go 3/4 of an inch, 1/2 an inch, or you could go no border at all. Okay, so now those are scored. We'll do the other one. You can make multiple sizes of these bags. I just love it. These small ones would be perfect for mailmen or ladies. I have a lady and she's the best. Teachers, co-workers, pastors, hairdressers. I mean, it's really, you don't have to put a gift card in it. You could just fill it full of candy. All right, so now we have our 2 pieces that are scored and burnished, okay? So you're going to take your first piece and you are going to completely remove the 2 squares on the bottom. That score line's hard to see. I'll go from the back. I don't think that's any better though. Just completely remove both of these. Cutting right up the score line. Okay, and then on this second one, you want to score, you want to cut just on the side ones. Okay. You want to leave these ones and just cut on the side. And then I like to move that out of the way, and I like to miter mine just a little bit because it makes them fold into the bag nicer. Makes it where it folds a little bit better. Okay. All right. So then we have our 2 pieces that are similar but not the same, okay? So then is what you want to do, depending what you are going to put in this bag, you want to cut a piece of 1 3/8 by 2 3/4. This is very vanilla. I think it's thick very vanilla. And you could do thick white. You could use the cardboard that comes on the back of the bag, but you want to reinforce. It's not going to be shown, so it does not matter what color you use if it has stuff on it, but you want to reinforce the bottom so that if you put like candy or something in it, the bag won't fall apart. Okay, it's just going to reinforce it to make it a little more stable. So you want to put that there. Then we are going to bring this one in, I guess, and cover it up. And you're just going to meet up on the score lines, and they should meet perfect, okay? Like this. So I'm going to add my adhesive here. You could use tear tape. I wanted Seal Plus. You could use Seal Plus, you could use Stampin' Seal, you could use Tombow, tear tape. It's totally your preference. Oh, I got glue on my hands. All right, so then you're gonna bring this up and line it up right to the score line. That's my husband. I have my do not disturb on, but I think because he's a favorite in my phone, it still rings through. So let me message him real quick. Message him on Messenger real quick. Okay, so I think we're back to live. Sorry about that interruption. I think because he's a favorite on my phone, he still rings through, even though I have it on do not disturb. So then we've got the basis of our box. So then you're going to put your adhesive on these two flaps on the outer portion. Oops, get it going. Okay. And you're just going to fold those up into the side and match them up. Doesn't want to work. And depending on your adhesive, you only get one shot at this. Okay, so there's one. And then we'll bring this one up and match it there. Okay. And then for these ones, they're going to fold in like that. So for these, I am going to use Tombow just because it gives me a little bit of wiggle room and you do have time to reposition it. And especially for that last one, because it's hard to tuck in. You just want to line it up with that edge. Hold it in place for a minute, let that glue. And then I'll go and do the other side. I'll put my Tombow on this side. And I'll tuck it in. Just got to manipulate the paper just a little bit. And again, line those edges up. Hold it in place just a little bit. And then I like to go in with my bone folder and just burnish and set that glue in place, okay? Now these flaps are not glued down. You could glue them if you want to. It's completely up to you. Just put a little glue there in the corner. Put a little glue there in the corner. And then you can add handles to this with ribbon. You can add a tag to the front. You could decorate this, all depending on your patterns. But there's the little one that comes out from 6x6 paper, and it ends up measuring 3 inches wide by 3.5 inches tall and 1 1/4 deep. So 3 inches by 3.5, 1 1/4 deep. Okay, so that's the one for 6x6. Now the 12x12, what did I do with my, and these measurements will all be in the tutorial as well, but it's kind of hard not to give measurements when you're making a gift bag. All right, for the 12x12, again, you want to pay attention to your pattern. So I'm going to use this one this time in the stripes, but I want my flowers on the outside. So I know when my bag is standing upright, I want it to go this way. So my first score line is going to be with my flowers going this way. And I'm going to score this at 2 inches. And then I'll rotate it. And on the other 3 sides, we're going to go 3 inches. If you have a ton of retired DSP laying around like all of us do, this is a great way to use it up and customize your gift packaging. So there's the first one. And again, I know I want my flowers going this way, so I'm going to do 2 inches. And then 3 inches on all the other sides. Okay. And then the rest of this goes together exactly like our other one. Okay, so there's that. We don't need that anymore. Again, oh, I put my flowers upside down. Did I? I did. My flower bouquets will be upside down if I do this. So we're gonna make the stripes go. We're gonna make the stripes, the outer part on this one. Because I totally didn't pay attention to my own rule of watching the landscape. I had it upside down. So we'll just put the stripes on the outside. That's okay. There's that. Oh, thank you, Roslyn. And there's that one. So I didn't do it on this one, but this is going to be inside the bag. Oops. So I'm just going to have, oh, I guess they are upside down on that one too. I didn't pay attention to my own rule. I didn't use this paper to make my sample, but we'll go with the stripes on the outside. You could probably decorate this one a lot more with the stripes not on the stripes on the outside, because it's not as busy. Okay, so then again, you're going to take one of them and you're going to get rid of these squares all together. These score lines are hard to see on this paper. And we've got right here. I can't see the score line there. Let's flip it. There we go. That's a little better. Just want to get rid of it all together. And you can save those and use them on another project. And then on these ones, again, you want to come in on the side that is perpendicular to your border. And then again, I like to miter cut them just a little bit so that they're not bulky. Ooh, I'm starting to get shaky. I haven't eaten lunch yet after doing all that yard work. I think we're supposed to get some rain Thursday from the outer skirts of that storm. Not a whole lot. Unless she turns some more before she hits land, who knows? I haven't really watched the weather. I guess I should, in case she's turned or moved or whatever. I don't even know what she's named. But we are in the height of hurricane season. September and October are our busiest months. All right, so then we want to again reinforce this piece here. I think I want to do it this way and bring it up like that. That makes more sense to me. Okay, so I'm gonna reinforce, and this piece is, I didn't write it down, 2 7/8 by 5 5/8. And I know that's a weird measurement. 2 7/8, oops. 2 7/8 by 5 5. And again, I can write on that because this is going to be covered up. And this just reinforces the bottom so that if you put a heavier something inside, it doesn't cause the bottom to fall out. Okay, so then we're going to just stick that there. Then we will add some adhesive here. Again, use the adhesive of your choice. I'm using Seal Plus, which does not give you a whole lot of wiggle room, but these are pretty easy to line up. they just kind of come together like that. This one might be a little off. We're gonna make it work. Again, I'll put my adhesive here. And then I'm just gonna meet up this edge. By mitering the edges, it just makes it where it, if the score lines are off at all, you don't get any bulk. So then we'll bring in this one. This is kind of hard to do on camera. Oop. Get that Seal Plus moving. Put some Seal Plus on that one. And again, you're just gonna match them up. Corner. So, and then again, for these ones, I will use the Tombow just because it makes it a little easier. So I'll put my Tombow here. And like I said, you can play with how many inches you score at. It'll make your bag skinnier, wider. It all depends what you want to put in there. So there's that one. And then this last one, we got to manipulate into the bag. And then fold it in there. Okay. Match those ends up like that. Hold that glue in place for just a minute to let it stick. And then we will come in again and just burnish it down with a bone folder, block, glue, whatever you have in hand, on hand. Just make sure that glue spreads out and gets in that bag. Okay, and then again, you can tuck these ends down if you want. You could do that before you do it too. You just don't want to do it in the middle sections if you want to put ribbon. I didn't line that one up very well. That's okay. And then this one, this bag, measures 3 inches deep. So 3 inches deep by 6 inches by 6.5. So 6 inches by 3 inches deep, 6.5 inches tall. So then I'll show you guys how I would put my ribbon on to make sure that it's even. So we know that it's 6 inches. So I would come in and I would mark with a pencil or a pen. I would just put a dot. Can't really see that. Do I have a pen? I'd put a dot at the 1 inch and the 5 inch, and that is 1 inch, about 1 inch down. I'd flip it over and do 1 and 5 again. Okay. And then I would just take my, if you have a hole punch, you could use a hole punch. But I just take my sharp end of my take your pick tool and I poke it through. And then I come over to this one and I poke it through. And I push it all the way down, okay? And then you'd flip it over and do the same thing. And then again, you could put your ribbon handles on. Okay, those aren't exactly even, but they're close. So I can do this real quick. I don't know how well this ribbon's gonna go through because it's pretty thick. But you would thread it in from the front. I don't think this ribbon's gonna work because it's really thick ribbon. I'm afraid it's gonna fray. But you would need probably about 10 inches of ribbon because you would push it through and knot it, and then you want your handles to stick up. Let's see if I can cut it a little more diagonal. Or maybe grab a ribbon that would thread easier. And then you could make a matching card with this. This ribbon's not gonna thread. Don't use that ribbon. Let's try this. You could create a tag. You could decorate it with our memories and more. Ephemera packs. Make a match. So you want to pull it through the front. You want to tie a knot. Oh, goodness. At the end to hold it so it doesn't pull through. Bring it over and again, go through the front. So you could make your handles as long or short as you want. You could make a single handle. This one doesn't want to thread through either. Let me poke that hole again. There we go. Make sure it's not crooked. It never goes. Jenny, you're in Paris? You lucky devil. I've been to Paris. Are you enjoying yourself? I loved it. I loved Paris when I went. Let's see if I can poke this through. I don't ever have this problem when I'm on my own. There it goes. Just use a little tool to help you out if you need to. Again, pull it, tie a knot, and you would repeat that on both. I'm not going to keep you guys on live. I should probably go call my husband back. He's in Germany, so there's quite a time difference there too. All right, so then you would make your handles on both sides, and mine are crooked, but that's okay. I'll fix it. And then you just fill it with tissue paper, put your gift inside, and you have a wonderful homemade gift bag. So get out that retired paper you guys have laying around or your new paper because you can always order more. Remember to get with the demonstrator that invited you. I think, did we say September 16th to place your qualifying order to get the PDF tutorial of all of our projects. And tomorrow for day 11, you will be seeing tips and tricks and videos from Diane Inkster. And then to round out our 12th day, Sandra Roberts will be live. So thank you all for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed my tips, my inspiration projects. Jenny, I love making bags of all sizes too. It's so fun. Just play with where you score. That's it. That's all you got to do. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And I will see you the next time we have an event. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.